There's a reason I'm using that background. I'll be leaving it there for the next day or two. People have watched other videos by me, maybe aware where it comes from. It'll be sitting there. In any case, I'm going to do a music review at this point. Let's turn on some sound and let's pull it up. Let's close down that. And we'll do a couple of them. Now, I'm not sure with one of those songs, Death Rock Girl over there, if YouTube's going to go into spasmodic frenzies because of the picture if I enlarge it. So I'll do this one, First Night in Tokyo. YouTube's algorithm goes into odd frenzies over the slightest thing sometimes. It has no sense of discretion and nuance. Right, the instrument that starts it and ends it is a traditional Japanese instrument, the koto. I recognize the sound. For those not familiar with it, I'll put a link down the bottom when I finished. Um, it's certainly an interesting piece of instrumental work. It's sort of it's obviously aiming to be a guitar instrumental to some extent, but it avoids the widdly trap of the Steve Vais and Joe Satriani's of this world. Not that I have any problem with Steve Vai; he's quite listenable when he's on a good day, but there's also a tendency with some of those sort of players to show off their technical knowledge rather than make a song or a melody. There's an interesting build up there, an interesting use of feedback about 2 minutes in, where it keeps building up and up and up. And the EBow lends it a distinctive quality. Obviously, it's if it's written as somebody's first night actually literally in Tokyo, they're obviously seeking to cope with a culture that they've just encountered. And there's a feeling of sort of alien cultures blending. There's also a kind of cyberpunk feel of it, a bit sort of a Blade Runner feel, although not quite as bleak as something like that. I'm not quite into the dystopian world of Ridley Scott's works. I've share it on the grounds that sort of I found it quite interesting to listen to, and it's quite well played. Certainly beyond my abilities to play. I'll be honest with you. I couldn't knock out the solos in that. Play that. It's certainly way, way beyond my ability level, especially as I'm way out of practice. I will be doing other reviews, but I tend to like to space them out so that, I'm not crowding in several music reviews in a go. And I'll try and find some of my own songs I like from major bands.